Yeah, everyone, welcome back to the Sophisticated Bogan. Adam here. We are on to the Falcon. We're getting more of the subframe done, getting it all completed. In this video, you're going to see that getting done, the steering rack getting onto, as well as the suspension components. What else? Also going to attack the sump pan and see what kind of condition it's in. And yeah, we'll obviously get the sump pan off and all that jazz. Alright, let's crack on. Rightio, I have supplies. So I've just been having a little play around off camera. I've been getting that one out. Yeah, just thought I'd just drill through around there and to sort of loosen the bushing up from the rubber. And oops, yeah, snapped the drill bit, didn't I? Anyway, so yeah, I'll get these out and then we can move on to getting this all cleaned up and get it ready to be painted. I'm going to be using the lift to hold the subframe up while it gets painted. So yeah, get this thing all ready to go. Woohoo! Woohoo! It is free! Alrighty, so that is the bushings out. So it wasn't too painful. There's the other one down there. There's that one there with the drill bit that broke in it. You know, it happens. Alright, so yeah, now we've got to get this all cleaned up and get it ready to be painted. Well, yeah, etched, primered and then painted. Alright, let's crack on. Alright, so I realise I'm probably being a bit OCD with this. People would say that I have OCD, but I'm not too sure if I've got OCD. But so yeah, I'm also going to wet sand it. So yeah, so that's just about ready, where I'm sort of happy with it. Now, where I'm not going to end up being pedantic is I'm not going to tape everything off. I'm still going to use that primer for most of it. But yeah, I'm not going to go completely crazy with doing this because, one, it's going to get changed out again in about 12 to 18 months anyway. So really, what's the point? So yeah, I'll get it all nice and all that kind of stuff, and then yeah, we'll get it ready to go back onto the car. I've also got to get the power steering rack done as well. My mum's elephant thing, I've also got to tack on the ear for that and paint it and everything for her, and all these things I've got to get ready so that we can get them painted and put the bushings in. Fun times ahead. So with this lift, the jack itself is starting to die a bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all the way up, hold it up, mark out sort of where this bar sort of sits, and then get all the paint out of the way. And then I'm going to, with my test pieces, I'm going to weld them into there. That way this will stay up, because subframes aren't light. So yeah, I need that to be able to hang from it. Rightio, as I get the spiders off there, I'll let them be. I'll do the bottom one instead. Yeah, let them still have a home. Alright, let's crack on. Alrighty, okay, so we've got this welded up now. So it's not sitting on my little brace bar thing yet, but yeah, it'll, eventually it'll go down to that as soon as the subframe's on there because of the weight. It's just to stop it going any further down, really, so that's all that's really for. Alright, so yeah, just got to make sure that my hooks are short enough. Yeah, look at the size of that. So I'll be hooking it up most likely in here. And of course it's on the other side, but just in here, not through the actual hole itself. Yeah, let's keep cracking, eh? Alrighty, so I'm now going to give this a wipe down. I've just hit it with the compressor to get all the water out of it, so it's all dry. So yeah, now it's going to get the Prepsol or wax and grease remover, wipe it down, and get it all ready for primer. So that's the next step for this. Let's crack on. Alrighty, so that is a whole can of etch primer. So I had breaks in between too, so people just don't go straight on and put like all on. You know, the magic of editing makes things look like you just like do it and then and you do the next bit, you know, but no, that's not actually how it happens. So it's been about 20-30 minutes in between each one, because if you go too thick too soon, you're going to end up with like cracks in the paint, primer and all that jazz. Yeah, so we'll let this gas off and then we'll get on to putting down the paint. So I'm just going to be just chucking a black gloss down. I'm not worrying about putting clear over it because, as I said, you're not going to see it that much anyway, and I can touch stuff up once it's back in the car when I paint the engine bay and the engine. Alright, so let's crack on, shall we? Rightio, so that is all the paint down on the subframe. So subframe is finished now, so I've got to let this gas off. Let me get around. Yeah, so we've got to let this gas off and before I can move it. So yeah, so it's completely dried, all that jazz. So yeah, I think it's come out a treat. Looks like a new subframe again. So yeah, can't wait to get everything back into the car and so I can get the engine brace back to bloody Peter. Sorry, champ, I will get that. It's happening. So yeah, so we can move on from the subframe now, and I can get onto the steering rack and the other suspension components and get them ready to be painted up and everything as well. All right, let's keep on cracking. Alright, so I've just been doing some stuff off camera because it's kind of boring in a way, but so what you do is you get clean when you want to restore bolts, right? So I'll get onto that in a second. Alright, so if you want to restore bolts and stuff, you need to use them again. Cleaning vinegar, or you can use white vinegar too. It's not as strong as cleaning vinegar, but yeah, you can use that. It just takes longer because it doesn't react as fast. So yeah, if you use cleaning vinegar and leave your bolts in, just leave them overnight, and then use a Y wheel, you can actually get them to come up looking pretty good. So that was one, oops, there we go. That was one that was sitting in there, and that was just white vinegar because I couldn't find any cleaning vinegar at the time. So yeah, but I'm gonna let them go over again. So that's how that bolt started off in the first place. So yeah, so that's how that started off, and that one too. Oops. But yeah, so one thing, it's not, well, some people just don't know about this type of stuff, but if you look at these two, I mean, look at how that's before and after. So if you just have a gander at that, you can see what I'm talking about. So it just cleans it all up, gets it all off, because it's acidic vinegar, so you know, it reacts with the metal, with the rust, and yeah, it removes it, so it's good. Yeah, so I'll be doing all the bolts that I have to use again, and not replacing everything else, of course. But yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know about that. If you're using cleaning vinegar, wire brush, it's better to use a wire wheel on a drill. Yeah, you can make stuff look pretty much new again. So yeah, I'm going to keep on cracking. Alrighty, so I've taken all the bolts and everything that I had in that cleaning vinegar and have put them into here. As you can see, oops, sorry, as you can see they're quite clean. So I just want to go over them with the wire brush, and then use stuff that I really don't like, because I'm not good with seafood, as an example. So the smell of fish sometimes makes me a bit sick. So yeah, this is going to be fun. Really love this. Yeah, so it's almost like I'm allergic to seafood. Yeah, just the smell of it can make me sick. But how's that looking? So obviously I've been doing this off camera. So let me get the other one, so you got a comparison. So that's still got another wire brush to go over that yet, just to get all the last little bits and pieces and stuff like that. But it's just looking pretty schmick. Definitely, yeah, I'm quite happy. So these all get painted, because when I can afford powder coating, then I'll get stuff powder coated. Like on the next build for the Falcon, I'll do powder coating. Just for this time around though, I'm just painting everything, making it look nice. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing it for coolness or, you know, like for longevity, because all this stuff is most likely going to get all changed out anyway when I do the stage 2 build. Alright, let's crack on, eh? Alrighty, it doesn't smell like fish. Awesome, thank you White Knight for your non-smelling like fish oil stuff. That's great. Yeah, so they're all coated. So these are just to stop them from rusting, all that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to wire wheel them again. Once it's all put together, we'll treat it all on the car and just spray everything down, just to make sure nothing, you know, corrodes. So yeah, alright, cool. Alright, so let's get onto this power steering rack. So we're going to get the pump off, drain all the fluids out, and just undo the lines from there. So then I'm going to tape it off, so I don't want anything to get into the system. And then yeah, I'll be able to clean, like I'll be able to get this off, clean the lines, and yeah. So what I might do, I might detach, then reattach onto there. Anyway, so yeah. I want to just do a little bit more wire wheeling on this, and then I want to sort of mask stuff off, so then I can put some paint down onto the what would you call it? Servo, I think. Anyway, yeah, that part there, and then also get the new rack ends and tie rods on. So yeah, all right, let's crack on. Alrighty, so I need to get some more wire wheels, and my battery's gone flat on the drill. I've been need to get more of them. Anyway, this is looking pretty schmick. Even that is starting to come up. So yeah, I just need to get some more wire wheels, and also charge a battery. So yeah, I'm just cleaning everything up. So I probably won't have to paint any of this. The wheels are doing a pretty good job. Just didn't know how well they're going to go or not. I'm going to be getting another power steering sensor, pressure sensor. I'm getting another sensor. Yeah, so that'll get replaced. Alright, so since I'm waiting to be able to get some more wire wheels and waiting for the battery to get charged, I might move on to possibly, I might change the arms and the rack ends and the tie rods and that. I might change them over with the boots and everything and get them sort of ready to go. Yeah, because once they're sort of on, greased up and sealed back up, then I'm going to get back onto this. Alright, let's do that. Yeah. Alrighty, so I have hit a snag. So my shifting spanners are too small. I need a bigger shifting spanner to undo them. So tried with the multi-grits, I don't know if I also don't have the strength to undo it as well. So I don't know if I should do it when it's back in on the subframe, so I've got something to sort of hold it against. Otherwise, yeah, I might have to get that to a shop so I can get them to undo it, because I'll have an actual tool to undo it. Alright, so put a pause on the steering rack until I'm able to get those bits. I've got to charge my battery, but once the battery's charged I'm going to move on to these bits to get them ready, as well as the radius arms as well. That way everything's sort of ready to go. Or ready to go for the bushings and everything to put back in. Yeah, so I might also get onto building the front suspension up as well. So I've got all the bits for that. Wasn't able to find a spring insulator for the top, one for an EV. So I might have to take some measurements and see, what's out there that'll fit. So I still got to wait until I can find these. So I'm going to go to Burson's on Tuesday because Monday's a public holiday, and yeah, see if I can find the subframe bolts there. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a bit buggered. Yeah, so the next part of the video, it'll most likely be either these or the sump pan coming off, because I need that to be done before the subframe can go back on as well. Alright, so I'll probably go on to that. Rightio, so I've been slogging away at this, and what do peeps think of that? Like, you think about it, I mean, yeah, probably wipe it down to give you more of an idea of how bad it is, but yeah. So this has taken me quite some time, and I realise I'm a bit OCD. Look at it, looks like a brand new part. So looking pretty awesome. Still a little bit more that I want to do inside here just for the bushings to go in nicely. But yeah, if you look at that one, and then look at that one, it's like a brand new part. So there's a little bit of like grease from my hands on it, so it could be cleaned further, but that's more just a cleaning thing now rather than a restoration side of things. So yeah, those are ready for bushings. I'm not going to worry about painting them. If the other three come up just as good as this, then yeah, definitely not painting it. Want to have some contrast because inside the wear wells is going to be a lot of black. Rightio. Alright, so my battery's going flat again. So yeah, I'll crack onto them again shortly. So a mate of mine has the tool for this. You guys will have seen my mate Mark in a previous videos where I was restoring the trailer because I was using his MIG and stuff to do that. But yeah, so the fun continues. Yeah, so I've also got to get the sun pan off still. Alright, crack on. Rightio. So I'm going to move on to getting this one done. Been waiting for my battery to charge. It is now charged. So I'm just going to be doing one of each bit on camera, and the other ones I'm just going to do off camera. Otherwise, you don't need to see it happening twice. Alright, so let's crack on getting this one done. Rightio. Okay, so the battery has gone flat. So this is how far I've gotten so far. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty good. Considering, how it started out, like that one. So, yeah, just gave it a wipe over just so I can show you. It's looking pretty schmick. So yeah, it won't take long now, or once I've got a fresh battery again, and I should be able to get this one finished pretty quick. Quickish. Alrighty, so these are kind of YouTube done. So I think you guys can say the change is pretty dramatic, considering they look like brand new parts. Also, when I put up a live stream the other day, and someone said, I should chuck these in the sandblaster, and I'm like, well, I'm poor, so I don't have access to a sandblaster. And like, mate, I've got a sandblaster. I'm like, oh, legend! So the rest of the bits are going to get done in the sandblaster, so I don't have to spend a couple of days per piece to get them to look like this. But I mean, yeah, it may have been tedious, but they look like brand new parts. I mean, obviously you can see wear and stuff like that. Got a little bit of rust in there that I still got to sand out, but otherwise these are pretty dang good. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. And yeah, it's elbow grease, hard yakka. But yeah, anyway, got them done. Yeah. Still fun times ahead though. Alrighty, so that's it for this bit. So I need to get a spanner so that I can undo them. I need a 36mm minimum spanner. Fun times ahead for that, and then I can finish that and get it done and get it onto the subframe. So yeah, I've just got to get the tool I need to get them undone. But yeah, so just show you. So that's what I need to undo. That there. It's 36mm, and I don't have anything that'll fit it. My biggest shifter is not big enough, and I don't know where my big shifter has gone. But kids. So that's probably where it's gone. Alright, so let's go up to the sump pan. Alrighty, so let's go to the sump pan, and I don't have much degreaser left, but we'll give it a go anyway and see just how bad it is. I'm already looking for another sump pan, so it's going to have to be replaced. I can't use it. Alright, let's go check it out. Alrighty, so let's get on to this bit. I've already started with draining the oil out, and there is bugger all oil in there. So yeah, I was curious about to see how much oil that I would grab, and it is, what's that, less than a litre? Yeah, less than a litre of oil. I'm looking through the camera to see the numbers. Yeah, less than a litre, but had drained a bit out, as you guys know. But yes, you can see where the damage is to where I'm going to have to do some metal workings, repair. Going to have to work the metal to do the repairing. Probably going to have to weld it up as well. Alright, so now that that's pretty much drained out, we'll get on to getting the sump pan off. Yay! Interesting to see how the sump pickup's going to look like too. See if it's had any damage to it, because this is obviously been hit in, and they've probably tried to hit it out a bit as well. Oh man, some people, like, I know they're trying to do it just to try and keep things going, but maybe do a little bit more research and learning about how to do stuff. Because some of it is a bit bloody shanty. So yeah, not the best of work that I've seen on cars, that's for sure. But we'll make this old girl pretty again. Oh, not just pretty, I mean very reliable again, and running, and give it a new lease of life. Alright, so let's crack on with getting the sump pan off. Alright, so we have the sump pan off now. So much gasket gunk in here. Right, so it actually looks pretty good for a 33-year-old engine. I'll know more when I get to the top of it. Chain's looking pretty good. I can see part of the guide. It's guide's looking alright. So yeah, these things are pretty stout engines, like, to be honest. So getting a bit of glare and stuff, can't really see up in there properly. So I do need to get another sun pickup tube and filter. That thing has been munted. But it's also where some of the damage is on the pan, and this is sort of what I was expecting to see with stuff like that. But I will be getting the brake fluid, the brake cleaner out to clean up all of this stuff around all the edges. I'm not going to spray it on there, I'm going to spray it on the cloth and just clean everything up. And yeah, then we're going to clean up all the surfaces from the old gasket, clean up all the gasket gunk they've chucked in there to make it work. Oh man, like, just, I know it's an old car, and maybe they didn't worry about it too much because it's an old car, but you know, these are our cars. You know what I mean? Like, they're Australian cars, Australian made, you know, Australian engine too, like purely Australian engine this is. So yeah, we've got to keep these old girls going, just like the Com. I don't know if you can see it over there. Oh yeah, it's got a barbecue too. How cool is that? But yeah, so we've got to keep these things alive. Yeah. So when I do the engine swap in this, I'm not getting rid of this engine. I'm going to rebuild this engine, give it new Welsh plugs even. Yeah, I probably should change those anyway, so I probably will before I probably do that after I paint the engine, and that way I'll put fresh ones in there and they look all pretty. Yeah, so fun times ahead. But yeah, so I've seen some of the fluids coming out of that and it is milky. So yeah, your coolant, your transmission lines go through your radiator in the autos to cool them down, cool the fluids down and everything. So somewhere along the line that has leaked, probably in the radiator maybe. Most likely the radiator looks pretty munted as well. But yeah, so it's just sort of sealed the fate more of that gearbox. Probably, you know, probably won't get rid of that gearbox either. Why not? We'll rebuild it on the channel and then, you know, I can sell it, or yeah, if I get enough likes and followers and all that jazz, I'll do it as a giveaway. No, but we'll probably rebuild it and sell it. So yeah, I just don't want to lift a gearbox out, putting an auto back into here on the ground here. Not a lot of fun, and I don't have a lot of helpers, so I'm kind of on my own for most of this, as you guys already know. I mean, we do have bugs that you know, she's learning stuff, but you know, she's not going to be able to help with the gearbox. Alrighty, so let's show you the sunpan, because oh my god, it is not good. Okay, so overall it's not too bad. Looks like they've done some welding. They're not the worst welds, but they're not good welds either. So the repairs are going to have to be done around here. So we've got some oil in there, some sludge. Expected for this kind of age. So yeah, it's not leaking out of the sump plug, it's leaking. Oh, it's leaking from around this area. So I'm gonna have to get a lot of this off, tap it off. Oh crap! I see what they've done. Maybe? No, maybe not. For a second then, it looked like as if it was rusted. Oh, it is. They've welded it. Right, so I'm gonna start looking for a sunpan. So I'll see what I can do with this, but I dare say this is not going back on the car. Well, okay, so I'm up for a sunpan. Oh, joy. Anyone out there around the Brisbane area that has a EA to EF or EL sunpan? I'll actually probably probably just EA to ED, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, look, yeah, let's see what we can do. So we're gonna have to get another sump pan for sure. This is too munted. Like, I can see what I can do with it, you know, and I might chuck it back up there once I've cleaned it all up and inspected it. But dare say it's not going back in. But yeah, I'll put it back up there with the gasket that's already up there, just to keep that area sort of covered and protected until we can get another sump pan. Dang, it's a lot more munted than what I thought it was. So yeah, I'll see what I can do with it. I mean, I will be changing this engine out at some point, so it just needed to work and hold. But yeah, see what I can do. So obviously I'll show you guys in the sun, but yeah, I want to be in the shade for doing this, so it's a bit warm. Oh my god, can you guys believe what we found in these parts? Oh, it was not good. So I'm going to go over the sump pan later on. Going to see just how... No, look, it's going to get replaced. Let's be honest, it's going to get replaced. I'll go take you guys over to it. Yeah, she's toast. So what I'm going to do is, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to see if I can just do a repair on it. See how I go. This gives me more practice with the gasless. As you can see, yeah, it's had one hell of a whack. So I've done kind of a repair, but yeah, it's not crash hot. So we'll clean it up. I mean, if I can get it to work, look at all the bulk too. If I can get it cleaned up and actually work, then I don't need to get another sump pan. But you know, we'll see how we go. I'm still going to search for one anyway. Is that? Yeah, even when I do the repair, you never know. It's been beaten so hard. I didn't even know I got an accident car in the end. So yeah, nothing like a crash repair that hasn't been done right in the first place. So yeah, now I bought a crash damaged car without realising it. Alright guys, so you like what I'm doing, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, throw some comments down. Tell me the horror stories you guys have found when you're doing cars or bikes or anything like that. Speaking of bike, I'll be getting onto that next as well. I've got some events on this weekend, but I want to get that bike. So hopefully getting one of my sons around who can help me get the bike out Saturday morning so I can clean it out and get it all ready to have the parts changed over. And in that video, the bike is going to attempt, anyway, to be started. Alright, don't forget to check out Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, give them a follow, and yeah, catch you guys next one. Cheers.